All right. Yeah, I mean, Stevenson, sorry, Patrick, what's up? What's up? Patrick hasn't been able to go deep in games. The most he's gone is 5 innings. In his 5 games, only 4 starts, only 21 innings. So, yeah, really, that is the one thing that he hasn't been able to go deep into games. But when he has pitched, he's not given up runs. He's given up 4 runs, 3 earned. Kiwoom 23-6. That is a bold prediction. So Jung Hyun-woo on the mound for Kiwoom, the first pick in last year's draft. As I see a Hanwha uniform already over there, and he faces Stevenson, who looks at just strike one at the bottom of the zone. Biggest thing here is can Jung Hyun-woo throw some strikes? He struggles mightily with command. 39 strikeouts, 37 walks in just 57 innings. As he is quickly up 0-2 though to Stevenson. First time I've actually streamed a game that Stevenson was playing in. Looking like Chris Mullen out there, as that has ripped a beautiful stop over there at second base. Laying out is Kim Tae-jin, and that will be one away. Absolutely ripped towards second base. A diving stop to his glove side is Kim Tae-jin, and gets up and throws out Stevenson at first. And Stevenson's like, what? How the heck did he get it? One away, though, and that brings up Hog Young-min. Get the old hat adjusted. Absolutely shot. Great play by the second baseman. All right, and second pitch there is outside, and it's 2-0. Well, Rojas wasn't doing well at all. 2-0, it just catches the top of the zone, and it's 2-1. We're gonna watch this replay all day. When Kim Tae-jin comes up, they're gonna be showing that also. And Hog Young-min lifts that one up. Center fielder Lee Ju-hyung under it, and that's 2 away. Jung Hyun-woo struggles, well, pretty much first inning, the third inning, the fifth inning, basically any innings that are odd numbers. 354 batting average against them in the first inning, 326 against them in the third inning, 395 against them in the fifth inning. So, yeah, I just saw that. I was actually reading that right before I started the stream that he is still going to try to get posted, as that is in there for a strike on the outside corner to Kim Min-hyuk. Kim Min-hyuk, I believe, is the most tatted Korean player. And the 0-1 in there, and it's 0-2. There's An Hyun-min giving a stare down to the camera. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. That is going to be slapped, and it's going to get inside the baseline. He's going to rounds first, head on over to second. He is going to be close, but he is in there with a 2-out double. And KT has their first base hit, their base runner, and that's the wrong side. There we go. There goes the perfect game. There goes the no-hitter. I didn't even think about that, Tarpo. I assumed that they were completely unrelated, but who knows? I know that previously he had talked about he didn't want to go to the MLB. He was wanted to play in Korea. As Kang Bae Ko again, this shows us that he has one of the best pirouettes in the league. Scouts looking on. They could be looking on for Sung Sung Moon. They could be looking on for Kang Bae Ko. Kang Bae Ko did sign uh, a contract with an agent to possibly go to the MLB, as he'll be a free agent at the end of this season. And Kang Bae Ko can go to the MLB after this season, as that's in there for strike at the bottom of the zone. He will be a free agent, so he can head there without any problems. Well, Kang Bae Ko hasn't had a good season since I think 2018 or 2020, something like that. No, is it 2021? Yeah, he's just been injured as the 0-2 just misses up high, 1-2. Kang Bae Ko, obviously a ton of injury issues. Kang Bae Ko, highly touted prospect, obviously having issues. Kim Do Young, highly touted prospect for Kia, having injury issues also. A lovely bucket hat. She participates in Bucket Hat Sunday. Yeah, another one too. Slapped foul. Nice to see Kiwoom actually have Kiwoom fans behind home plate today. Usually, when you're streaming a Kiwoom game, the away team has all the home plate seats. Right, but Kim Ha Sung actually told Sung Sung Moon that Sung Sung Moon should try to go to the MLB. As the 1-2 pitch sets up way on the outside, and that is going to be fouled straight back. Jung Hyun-woo, surprisingly, a left-hander, but left-handers actually hit better against him than right-handers. Left-handers hit 330 against him versus right-handers only hit 259. But right-handers have hit 5 home runs off of him, except lefties only 1 homer off of him. And the 1-2 is going to be ripped, but gets foul. The ball boy will get his shots, and he makes the play, ladies and gentlemen. Scoop up by the ball boy over there on the first base side. Oh yeah, what he threw like 122 pitches in his first game or something like that. Trying to throw hard, but he doesn't throw hard. Only averages 139 with his fastball. To me, Jung Hyun-woo is Wang Jun-so. It was so much that I actually looked at their stats. Because Jung Hyun-woo is very similar to Wang Jun-so. Both of them only have 2 pitches, so they're not really ready for pitching, as that is lifted up into the air. Right fielder going back at the wall. Jumps, doesn't make the catch, though, and that is going to score Kim Min-hyuk. Kang Bae Ko is going to stand on second base with an RBI double off the wall, and KT takes the quick 1-0 lead. That'll make the scouts happy as they write that down just like I do. And more error or more problems for Jung Hyun-woo in the first inning. So the reason again, yeah. So the reason why I say that Jung Hyun-woo is very similar to Wang Jun-so. Wang Jun-so, the first round pick for Hanwha last year. Jung Hyun-woo, a 2.49 ERA. Last year, I think Wang Jun-so had a 5.38 ERA as the first pitch to Wang Jae-gyun fouled away. Very similar. They had the exact same whip of a 1.69. Wang Jun-so last year in I think 23 games, 11 starts, gave up 9 home runs. Jung Hyun-woo has given up 6 home runs. Neither one strike out very many. They both have the exact same batting average against. Both of them feature Fastball first, 139 versus 142. Only two pitches, just extremely, extremely, extremely similar. Yeah, the biggest thing for him, Giants, is I think that is because he's a switch hitter. He hits well. He plays defense well. Yeah, I mean the similarities between the two is absolutely astounding. As another pitch misses inside, and it's 2-2 now. Kongbae Ko over there at second base. He has enough speed to score on a good single. And the most likely to go would be Anu Jin, but now with an injury, as that has popped up into foul territory. We don't know if it's going to get out of play because the cameras just are showing nobody behind the plates. Literally fouls it away. The catcher and the umpire both run off to the side, and what do they show us? They show us home plate. Kim Ju-won's defense is not awful though. And now that is going to be a little squibbler, but it gets foul, and it's another 2-2 pitch. Now we're at pitch number 24 coming up from Jung Hyun-woo. Wang Jae-gyun hitting 370 in the season with runners in scoring position. A huge weight lifted off of his shoulder after the old personal problems in the offseason. And that one is also fouled away. We are just going to have a ton of pitches here. Except Moondong-ju throws a lot harder. And that's a ground ball to the shortstop, throws over, and that will end the inning. But a couple 2-out doubles puts KT in the lead. I don't know why that didn't register. There we go. Now it registered. Puts KT in the lead, 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the first. One for two with runners on base, one for two with runners in scoring position to getting that pitch count up a little bit early. Will obviously help. Stevenson almost had started the game off with a hard hit, almost a single there. Yeah, a very yeah, but Jung Hyun-woo does not give up very many home runs. That is one thing that he has going for him. But yeah, ran into trouble there with the back-to-back doubles. Patrick on the mound. This is the first time I've seen him pitch. Also, having a good starts to his KBO career. Again, took over for Cuevas, who was released. I can't believe it took so long for Patrick to or for KT to release Cuevas. Probably should have been released back in May, but yeah. Again, if I were to pick 5 guys that could go to the MLB, I would pick Anu Jin, Moon Dong-ju, Song Sung-moon. I want to say An Hyun-min at this point, but obviously he's only has his one season. And then I would say Kim Ju-won possibly, but I mean, if I had to pick 5, I'm trying to think of someone else. Obviously, you want to say Kim Do-young, but he's been hurt for so many times. So yeah, I mean, yeah, Kim Do-young. He is a big, tall, lanky dude. Is that first pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Oh, Song Sung Moon a 303 on this season, having himself a 2020. What's up, Stefan? They couldn't they? Yeah, Kim Do Young. He's only had one full season. It was a great season, but he's only had one full season. That's his issue. Han Hyun Min obviously is a rookie, but that is in the dirt, and it's now 1-2. Diamond Dallas Page loses. All right, here comes the 1-2 pitch. Sets up on the outside, and that's rolled over, but it's foul, and it stays 1-2. Thank you, whoever that. Yeah, I only saw Nippert pitch a few times. I mean, a very very few times. But yeah, his look is very similar to Nippert. Yes, they don't, Arpo. They really don't have much. That's misses outside. Just missed 2-2 now. Yeah, I mean, you could think Wantain, but Wantain doesn't have the fastball to go to the MLB. And Ponce not pitching today, as that one misses low, and we've got our first full count of the day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very surprised they're giving Ponce the day off. Yeah, Wong Jun Saw is starting today. And the 3-2 in there for a strike at the top of the zone, and that's one away. That's not going to make the scouts happy, watching a curveball drop into the top of the zone for out number one. Yeah, Ponce should have been scheduled to start today, but yeah, he was. I saw his Wong Jun Saw, which is that answers our question yesterday, Kiwi, about why they sent Kim Gi Jung down, but didn't bring up another pitcher. Azim Ji Yo, 257 on the season. Last time we saw him, he was knocking in the game-winning walk-off double. Is that's misses outside 1-1. Yeah, another 1-1, and that's fouled straight back 1-2. He played what 4 games for San Francisco. Is the 1-2 is a chopped foul. Stays 1-2. Patrick, not a big strikeout guy. He does have obviously the one strikeouts today, but 15 Ks and 21 innings. Has run into a little bit of issues with walks. He's got 8 walks in those 21 innings. And did he go around? Did not. So we'll check the replay. I'll talk to the booth real quick. Nope, did not go. Excellent call by the first base umpire. Yeah, that was probably his only hit, wasn't it? As the 2-2 pitch, that's going to be a ground ball up the middle. Guangdong Jin grabs it, throws to first, and 2 away. Two quick outs for Patrick, and that's exactly the same way that Jung Hyun-woo started his first inning. That Che Jae-hoon looks at just strike one right down the middle. No, not at all. He doesn't not really have a he doesn't have a position, and that's misses up high 1-1. I'd also say that he I don't think he can hit major league fastballs. Oh, it's Chejuan, 272 on the season. Looks at ball two on the outside there, having himself quite the October or the August. Moon Bin's also only in his third year. Similar to An Hyun Min, as that's going to be a single through the left side, and just like Kiwoom, or just like KT, Kiwoom ends up getting a hit with one out or with two outs. That brings up Cardenas. Oh yeah, like again, a couple years ago, everybody was talking about No Shiwan was gonna be the next MLB star, and he was gonna be a power hitter in the MLB, and then yeah, now he hits 240. They make a big deal over someone who has one good month, as that's a swing and a miss way off the zone, and it's 0-1 to Cardenas. Cardenas 252, the only Kium player who is, or only Kium foreigner who's been on the team the whole season. As the 0-1 is chopped up the middle, the second baseman grabs it, throws to first, and that will be 3 away. But KT will take the lead, come back up to bat in the top of the second, as Kium is not able to do anything with their 2 outs hits. Patrick gets through pretty easily there. 6, 7, 8 hitters will be coming up for the old KT Wiz at the top of the top of the second. Yeah, I mean, still early, but that's the thing is when he first came up, all he did was strike out. I mean, I'm talking strikeouts 35% of the time. Then they had Williams, the MLB hitting coach, come with Subaru, and he really changed that. He turned around. He was only here for 1 year though, but he really cut down on the strikeouts, cut down on trying to swing for the fences all the time. I was more making contact, hitting doubles, and then he left, but he continued hitting well, cutting down on the strikeouts. Only hit 18 home runs that year, but he was injured. And then the following year, he hits 31 home run. I would say 2021 and 2022 were good years for No Shiwan, not great years. But he won that home run championship, and then now all he does is he sits on that back leg, trying to hit home runs constantly. So his balance is way off. He's not able to connect on much. So, but Kim Song Soo leads things off here in the top of the sixth. I wish it was the sixth. Top of the second inning, and misses outside, ball one. 25 pitches in that first inning for Jung Hyun Woo. Kim Song Soo, 256. Kim Song Soo, former Samsung Lion, as that is going to be roped, and it's going to one hop into the wall. Kim Song Soo is going to round first. He's going to head to second. The throw is offline, and he is going to be on base with a leadoff double. Third double of the day so far for KT. And that's going to bring up the number 7 hitter, the most handsome man in baseball. The most handsome man in baseball. I think a good throw gets him. John Jin Hyuk fakes the bunts, pulls it back, and it's in there for a strike. Thank goodness we get to see a bunt. Well, John Jin Hyuk had his first home run the other day. Drops down a bunt, moves the runner over to third base, and that will be one away. Very, very important to get a run here in the second inning. All right, now 1 out, and that brings up Jo Dae Hyun, the catcher, the backup catcher. Yeah, again, it's super, super important to get one run in the second inning because everybody knows the first team to go up by 2 runs wins. It's in the KBO rulebook as that is fouled away, 1-1 now. Jo Dae Hyun, a 234 on the season, 11 whole hits. Yeah, he usually doesn't play on Sundays. Infield is in to try to cut down the run. And the 1-2 pitch misses outside, a 2-1. One, why are you breathing so heavy? Two, what are you looking at the third base coach? It's a 2-1 count. And that is going to be a ground ball off the shortstop's glove. And if he was playing regularly, he would have fielded that and thrown him out at first. But another run for KT on the infield single puts KT up at 2-0. Wow. Wow. That is professional defense, ladies and gentlemen. Professional defense. Professional defense. And Guangdong Jin will step in. Bryce Happ, welcome. I'm sure that is Bryce Harper's burner account. He wants some scouting reports on the ability to bunt. All right, Guangdong Jin, a 236 on the season. He is extremely, extremely fast, ladies and gentlemen. His little legs move quickly. He is very tough to double up. As that is ripped right at the first baseman, throws to seconds, and that's going to be a 1-6 double play, and that ends the inning. But KT gets another one on a leadoff double, a sacrifice bunt, and a infield and a single, as the shortstop isn't able to make the play. But the 1-6 double play ends anymore. And we go to the bottom of thy seconds. 안녕하세요. How many years does he have left on his Phillies contract? Maybe he should have bunted. And Kiwoom will have their 5, 6, 7 hitters coming up to in the bottom here. Kim Tae-jin, I'm sure right away they're going to show the excellent defensive play in the first inning. All right, Wiz the Bees back. Reverse double play. I think you should be okay today, Michael. That's a strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-1 to Kim Tae-jin. And that's a backhand by Guangdong Jin. Gets up, throws across the diamond, and 1 away. Great play defensively by Guangdong Jin there. Goes backhand to his knees, gets up, and quickly fires across. The first pitch to Lee Ju-hyung is inside for a ball. Swing and a miss at a pitch up at the top of the zone, and it's 1-1. 150 on the gun there for Patrick. Patrick, 148 is his average with his fastball. Again, he is a guy that's going to throw 4 different pitches. Is that in there for strike, and it's 1-2. Fastball 148, 32% of the time. Curveball off of that's at 22% of the time. A two seam 21% of the time, and a slider 14% of the time. As that is right at the third baseman. A beautiful backhand catch, the throw in time. And 2 straight backhand plays by the left side of the infield cuts down the second run, and it's now 2 away. Goes down to his rump, making the backhand play. Looks at it, is like, oh, I did catch it. Throws just barely gets Lee Ju-hyung, who runs really well. That brings up Kim Gun-hee and looks at ball 1 on the outside. Yeah, another 1-0 pitch that's in there for a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Kim Gun-hee. All right, the 2-1 pitch. He is under federal investigation for stock manipulation. And the 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, 2-2. Uh yeah, they won 5 in a row, I thought, at one point. Remember, they actually started the season really well. Yeah. I think Kiwoom also swept Lotte. But Stefan, the president's wife, or the ex-president's wife, is also a swing and a miss, the second strikeout of the day for Patrick, and 1-2-3 inning. As we will go to the third inning, it's a 2-0 KT. Kiwoom has been swept plenty times, that's for sure. All right. Quick inning there for old Patrick. 1, 2, 3. Harpo was wondering earlier today if Patrick was going to be able to go more than 5 innings. At this point, 30 pitches through 2 innings. Yeah, you'd have to think so. Yeah, I mean, exactly what you want from your guy that is struggling to go deeper into games. Yeah. Coming up for KT will be their top of the order, Stevenson. He'll lead things off against Jung Hyun-woo. Jung Hyun-woo has given up 3 extra base hits already today. And the first pitch is grounded right to the first baseman, who catches it as his foot is on the bag. And 1 pitch, 1 out. I'm seeing a lot of hoeing with Stevenson. A lot of pull. Oh, 1 pitch, 1 out. Hog Young Min steps in now. Flew out to center field in his first at bats. And there's welcome, Pablo. Hog Young Min flew out to center field in his first at bats. 0 for 1 on the day, and that is in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. Oh, great defensive stop by Hog Young Min in the last inning. Fakes the bunch there for some reason and then pulls it back. And the 0-2 in the dirt, 1-2. Hanwha versus the Lions. Oh, well, Hanwha's playing the Dinos, as that one is lifted but gets foul, and it's made just in foul territory as a foul fly to the right fielder. Everybody was looking like it was way out of play, but it was about 10 feet in front of the 10 feet in front of the wall and about a foot off of the foul line. I would avoid that game at all possible cost. And first pitch to Kim Min-hyuk is in there for a strike. 0-1. As Kim Min-hyuk 1 for 1 on the day, doubled and scored a run. Yeah, Arpo, he said yeah. Yeah, I would avoid that game just because. No, I don't do double headers. It's too difficult for me to do double headers and then be functionable at work the next day. Is the ground ball underhand toss, and that will be 3 away. 1, 2, 3, go the KT Wiz for the first time today. We'll go to the bottom of the third, 2-0 KT. Yeah, it just it takes me an hour to get ready for a game. If there was like a really good pitching matchup, like if it was Ponce versus Riley or You know, even if the Kia game was like a nail versus guac bean or something. Yeah, I just I'm not like if I was to do a second game, I would probably do Samsung versus Lotte because it's Lee Sung Hyun versus Gamboa, which is the better pitching matchup on the day. But yeah, for the most parts, I try to avoid him just because it's sitting here talking for 8 to 9 hours straight is real rough. I do. Uh, Nail has been absolutely ridiculous since the All Star break. You know, in the second half, a 173 ERA in 4 games. He's 2 games this month. Yeah. And as far as a nail against Doosan, he's 2-0 on the season in 3 games. So, all right, so here we go. We've got leading things off is going to be the 8-9-1 hitters for Kiwoom. Jun Sol. And that's in there for strike, and it's 0-1. Beautiful curveball. And that's going to be a ground ball right back to Patrick. Underhand toss over to first base. And 1 away. Because you get points for messages. Oh, I just pushed the wrong button. No, it's fine. That's outside. I was checking the stats, so I couldn't. That's a swing. I think he fouled it into the glove, but nonetheless, that's a strikeout number 3 for Patrick. And out number 2 is Kiwoom will flip the lineup back over. Park Chu Hong struggles mightily offensively. Solid defense. Yeah, he hasn't been here for a while. He usually stops in. Old Samantha, as first pitch is in there for a strike. It's 0-1 now to Song Sung Moon. And the 0-1 misses low, 1-1. Only on the third strike, Stefan. So the first 2, it would just be a foul, just like a regular strike. But if there's 2 strikes and he tips it into the glove and the catcher catches it, then that would be strike 3 and he'd be out. That is into the dirts. You got to get that KT Wi-Fi. And here we go. The 3-1 pitch sets up on the outside, right above the knees, misses outside, and that's going to be ball 1. So with 2 outs, he walks Song Sung Moon. And now they've got another base runner. Just 1 hit on the day so far for Kiwoom. That was a 2-out single by Cheju Wan. Then 1, 2, 3 in the second, and 2 quick outs here in the third. But now a walk with 2 outs brings up E.G. Yul, who was 0 for 1 on the day, 6-3 ground out in his first at bats. Right. The rule is the reason why it's a foul out is because the rule is it has to go above their head. It has to go above the catcher's head, or it has to go above the hitter's head. That's why the like a pop out is considered an out. And the 0-1 is popped up, shortstop under it, and that's will be 3 away. That was not a home run, Arpo, as we go to the fourth inning. It's a 2-0 KT. Yeah, there's so many like little technical things. If they bunt and it's caught, it's an out. If it's a strike three and there's nobody on first, uh, you have to either tag out the runner or you have to throw him out. Except if it's the third out of an if the strikeout is the third out of an inning, then you have to be able to you have to throw him out over at first base. So there's so many like little strange rules that unless obviously unless you grew up with the game or you read the rule book, I guess one of those two would be difficult to really grasp all of them. Surprisingly, Patrick has thrown more pitches than Jung Hyun-woo. Jung Hyun-woo 41 pitches through 3 innings. Patrick 42 pitches through 3 innings because of the 9-pitch second inning and the 7-pitch third inning for Jung Hyun-woo. And the first pitch to Kang Bae Ko. Did it get him? Check the replay. Nope, it did not get him. Kang Bae Ko 1 for 1 on the day. RBI double in his first inning in the first at bats, and that's in there for strike 1-1. That's because KBO starters waste pitches all the time. The 1-1 pitch pops them up. Beautiful bat flip, though, is second baseman out there in the grass, and that's 1 away. So not only do the KBO pitchers waste pitches, the 0-2 count is just a free ball. But obviously they don't. They're not accurate enough. They're not consistent enough. And that misses outside. Ball 1. The only I would say consistent 6-inning guy would be like Hwan Tae-in or Im Chang-gyu. A beautiful curve just catches the outside corner. And it's a 1-1 now. Wang Jae-kyun 0 for 1 on the day. He grounded into a 6-3 ground out to end the first inning. And tries that curve again, but forgot to put the hook on it. Also has to do with the fact that KBO has their smoke break at the 5th inning. That one is popped up, but foul territory. Will it get out of play at the nope, it hits somebody in the KT dugout, hits one of the coaches. Just hit one of the coaches in the in the dugouts, and it's 2-2. Clunk. Oh, Wong Jae-gyun now, a 2-2 pitch. And it catches him looking. He thought it was going to hit him, but it was on the inside corner. And that's his first strikeout of the day and the second out. And he is not a big strikeout guy. Only 39 strikeouts on the season, 40 now in 60 innings. As Kim Song-soo steps in, 1-for-1 on the day. Our double and a run scored back in the second inning. As looks at ball one low, 1-0. And the 1-0 pitch sets up on the outside, and it's there, 1-1. But do they have a new pitching coach? The 1-1 in the dirts, 2-1. Did they get a new pitching coach when they fired the old one? Or when they fired the old manager? Yeah, no, the 2-1 pitch sets up right down the middle. That is ripped, but it is going to hook foul into the netting. And it's 2-2. Yeah, Kiwoom is cool. Kiwoom is the thing. Always doing something to screw up. Yeah, another 2-2 up high, ball three, and we've got ourselves a full count. First full count of the day for KT. And here we go. That one is popped up in foul territory as Som Sung Moon and makes the catch. Another 1-2-3 inning for KT as we go to the bottom of the fourth. It's 2-0 KT. Game is moving right along and just the way everybody wants it. "14 pitches in that inning leaves him at 55 for 4 innings. The next inning is his kryptonite, though. The next inning is his kryptonite, ladies and gentlemen. And he'll have to do it against the 3-4-5 hitters for Kiwoom is the thing. Oh. They gave, looks like Arjun saw an error. Oh, wow. They gave Arjun Saw an error on that play in the second inning. Very surprising. I don't think he even touched it, but just looked and apparently an error. All right, bottom of the fourth here. Patrick, 42 pitches through 3 innings. 19 in the first, 11 in the second, 12 in the third. You will have Cheju-won, Cardenas, and Kim Tae-jin. Cheju-won looks at ball one on the inside. He is the only hits on the day for Kiwoom. He singled with 2 outs in at the top of the first, but since then they've only had one base runner, and that was the walk to Song Sung Moon, as that fastball is in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. Yeah. And the 1-1, that's going to be a ground ball. Second baseman grabs it, throws to first, and no one away. Oh yeah, I remember Cheju Wan's his uh his cheer song at Doosan. One of my favorites. Got as, Cardenas looks at strike one on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. I think if Kiwoom had a chance, they would have replaced Cardenas too. Is that's misses up high, 1-1. But with teams only able to replace 2 foreigners, he was the best performing one of them. And the 1-1 misses way up high also, and it's a 2-1. Yeah, another 2-1 misses low, and now we've got 3-1 counts. Oh, I already walked one the last inning, and that one is popped up. The catcher turns around, looks at it as it flies away, and it's a 3-2, second full count of the day for Kiwoom. He struck out looking in the first inning to Sung Sung Moon. 0-1 on the day with the 3-2 counts. Yeah, last year where he was injured and they forced him back. And then he didn't want to play because he was hurt. And that one is ripped, and that's going to drop down as Stevenson cuts it off. Cardenas rounding first, heading to second, and he will be in with a stand-up double as they've now got their second base hits on the day, and that's of the 2-bag variety. We'll go bringing up Kim Tae-jin now. First chance that they have had all day with runners in scoring position. Well, the stadium holds almost the same amount, and you've got 2 of the least fanned teams, as that's outside. As that one is fouled away, 1-1. Kim Tae-jin grounded into a 6-3 put out in his first at bats. That was the good backhand stop by the shortstop. No, the 1-1 pitch misses as the curveball doesn't drop down, and it's 2-1. Another 2-1 misses way outside, 3-1. The Hanwha Stadium last year it was, but previous years no. Previous years you could walk up, get a ticket the day of the game. 3-1 pitch that is lifted up, but will get out of play in another full count to 2 straight full counts for Kiwoom. Yeah, the old stadium outside of 2018, outside of opening weekend and the last game of the day, season. Yeah, basically what happened was uh in he walks him. So basically what happened was in the off season right before weekend season tickets went on sale last year, they announced that Ryuhyun Jin was coming back to Korea. When they announced that, everybody, all Hanwha fans, went and bought up all the full season tickets, thinking that because Ryuhyun Jin was coming back, that Hanwha was suddenly going to be a big playoff team. Then even as the season went on, they were still selling out because at that point, everybody decided that they were KBO fans. All right, Lee Ju-hyung steps in, a 5-3 ground out in his first at bats. Runners on first and second, just 1 out. Lee Ju-hyung runs well, so tough to double up. Kim Tae-jin, here we go. First pitch is a strike on the outside, and it's 0-1. And the 0-1 pitch. That's grounded to the second baseman, throws to the shortstop. A bad throw to the shortstop, though, and that'll only get 1. But Cardenas heads over to third base, and now they've got runners on the corners. That brings up Kim Gun-hee threatening now. They're going to check over at the replay, I guess, to see if he was on. Now, Hanwha doesn't need to worry about it because Hanwha has the big shipbuilding contract. Hanwha has the contract to build SSG Stadium. Excellent challenge there by Kiwoom as they waste that. All right, now 2 away. Brings up Kim Gun-hee. Kim Gun-hee struck out in his first at-bats. Look for a little league double steal. Cardenas does not run well over at third base. Oh, yeah, money is not an issue because they've got Hanwha Aerospace. That's why they used to have the rocket at the old stadium because, again, advertisement for Hanwha. Everything they do is an advertisement. Yeah, now that's in there for a strike on the outside. You got, I'm surprised Hanwha doesn't have their name. I'm surprised they don't have Hanwha on their chest instead of Eagles, as that misses inside 1-1. All right, 1-1 pitch Misses up high as his curveball is not curving, his slider is not sliding, and his two seam is not seaming. He says, in Korea, the Kiwi bird is famous. And a swing and a miss at ball 2 or ball 3, and now it's 2-2. Man, Stefan, your alliances are all over the place. All right, 2-2 pitch, a runner on first and third at 2 outs. Pitch number 64 for Patrick. And that is in the dirt to the backstop, and that is going to score a run. As that's wild pitch puts Kiwoom on the board. There's the run for Kiwoom. Kim Tae-jin, Lee Ju-hyung moves up to second base. Full count now. And that's misses outside, ball 4. Like I said earlier, he has some issues with walks. Second walk this inning, a third walk today. He's had 8 walks and just 21 innings coming into today's game, 4 more today. This is where his pitch count runs into issues, as right now he's sitting at 65 pitches. That is 23 pitches in this inning. That one is in there for a strike at the top of the zone, and it's 0-1. Jun saw a 1-3 ground out in his first at bats. Handball? Handball is awesome to play. All right, here comes the 0-2 pitch. Lays off of it as it drops down. He checks over to third, but nobody in their right mind besides the catcher thinks that he went around. Barrel of the knob of the bat didn't even go past the plate. Jo Dae-hyun strikes him out looking. Jo Dae-hyun is sending a message to his mom to make sure that she doesn't forget the meatloaf with that pitch calm. That's his 3-0. We'll go to the 5th inning as Kiwoom claws one back on a double and a couple walks and a wild pitch. 2-1 KT. I've been to a Hala game. What is it? Who's Hala? Like Ansan? Ansan Hala. Been to a Hala game. I also went to watch USA versus Canada in the Paralympics championship game. The U.S. tied it with like 20 seconds left in regulation and one in extra time or in overtime. That was the Korea took third in the Paralympics hockey. All right. Coming up will be John Jin Hyuk for KT. As first pitch is outside, ball one. John Jin Hyuk is sacrificed in his first at bats. And that's in there for strike, 1-1. Probably a reason for that. As here comes the 1-1 pitch in there for a strike on the outside corner, and it's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch is rolled over. Second baseman grabs it on the grass, throws, and that's one away. Moves the lineup down one spot to the number 8 hitter, Jo Dae-hyun. Jo Dae-hyun reached on that E6. It's Patrick's pitch count. Kiwi, what's Patrick's pitch count at? And the 0-1, or the first pitch, misses up high, 1-0. She is very intrigued by this game. All right, here comes the 1-0 pitch. That's just catches the inside corner, 1-1. Man, it's I would say Kia, KT, and I think Lotte hangs on. And that is strictly because that would make me 4 for 5 on playoff teams. As the 2-2 pitch, that is turned on, but it's lifted way up into the upper deck in the out foul territory, and it stays at 2-2. Yeah. Starting next year. Arpo, are they hiring me to manage the team? And the 2-2 pitch again, way up high, runs the count full, 3-2. Second full count of the day for KT. They popped up to the third baseman in foul territory in their other one. Another 3-2 misses low, ball 4. First walk of the day for KT, surprisingly. I would be a better manager than every single manager in the KBO. I have zero doubts about that. Mary Kate, welcome. Mary Kate's just here for the KT cheerleaders, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so that brings up Guangdong Jin. He was in this situation last time and grounded into a 1-6 ground outs right at Che Ju-won, who stepped on the bag through to second to get the sliding Jo Do-hyun on the double play. And another 1-0 pitch, check swing, but foul. And 1-1. Ba, ba, ba. Yeah, another 1-1 pitch sets up on the outside, just off the plates, and just catches the outside corner. 1-2. Good location on pitch number 69. And rolls over that, so keeps it to 1-2 on pitch number 70. Jung Hyun-woo sitting at 70 pitches is 70 pitches for him, 69 for old Patrick. Stefan, that would be like fan service. That would be like intentionally making a fan a fan thing, as that is a strikeout looking at the bottom of the zone, and a second strikeout for him. Second strikeout looking, and 2 away. Flips the lineup back over. No, what they should have is, I don't know if any of you guys remember Rockin' Jock. I don't know if any of you are old enough or Americans. Rockin' Jock baseball, Rockin' Jock softball, Rockin' Jock basketball, Rockin' Jock football. Years ago, MTV would have Rockin' Jock. They would have like retired players and celebrities play in softball games during All-Star Weekend, and they would televise it on MTV. No, Hanwha's Japanese cheerleader. I saw something where she was throwing like the first pitch or something. She was warming up or something, and she can pitch. Yeah, whoever's team she's on is, yeah, she's throwing a no hitter. As the 1-1, big giant curve, and it's way up high, 2-1. Yeah, that's literally every single person in Japan, apparently. 74 pitches now for Jung Hyun-woo. Ninth, this is pitch number 20 for this inning. Does have 2 outs, despite that my scoreboard is off. And that is rolled over. Che Ju-won will wait for it, grab it, step on the bag. And another pulled ground out for Stevenson, as we will go to the bottom of the 5th. It's 2-1 KT. In a very, very hoeing-esque. Very, very hoeing-esque. Yeah. If they're popular cheerleaders, they go to Taiwan, because Taiwan pays them way, way more. Kiwoom will have their 9-1 2 hitters coming up. Yeah, but can they? Patrick does really struggle in this inning, though. So not only does he struggle in this inning, he's also going to face the top of the lineup. So something that I would be concerned about here. Opponents hit 285 against him, or sorry, 385 against him in the 5th inning, and the leadoff hitters hit a 364 against him. That would be a major concern for me if I am a KT fan, or if you are doing any betting. That would be a major concern. I still wonder what this whole welcome top ranking, how they figured this thing out. What is this whole thing? As, Pak Chu Hong fakes the bunt, pulls it back, but he should have put it down because that's strike. 0-1. 0 for 1 on the day. He struck out in his first at bats and just misses outside. 1-1. Yeah. Yeah, another 1-1. A swing and a miss on the outside. 1-2. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't flip. Thank you. And that's going to be a liner over the jumping Guangdong Jen, and he will be on base with a leadoff single. Like I said, for some reason or another, he struggles here in the 5th inning. A bunt with Song Sung Moon, the number 3 well-being ranking player. Well, Samsung fans, LG fans, they're like, well, we can't get any game. We can't go to watch any games anywhere else. So let's just watch them in Kiwoom Stadium as Song Sung Moon fouls that one off. Song Sung Moon's like, I'm not bunting. I refuse to bunt. The MLB scouts are here. I am not bunting. Yeah, and here comes the 0-1 pitch. Sets up on the outside. And he slaps that one right at the left fielder and makes the catch. And no one away on the line drive to the left fielder. Should have bunted. That's right. Swing and a miss there on a pitch that just catches the outside corner. It's a good at bat, though, lining it the other way. All right, here comes the 0-1 pitch. And he steals the bag easily. Not even gonna attempt to throw. If you go souplive.com, SOOPLIVE.com, if you live outside of Korea. If you live inside Korea, as that one is lifted, going, goodbye baseball. Like I said, he struggles in this inning. Arpo, you were 1 off with your home run prediction, sir. If you're a D1 pitcher hunter, then you need to make sure that you work on your bunt defense if you want to be pitching in the KBO. All right, Shade you on with a check swing, but it gets out of play. Yeah, it's 0-1. I hate to tell you, Stefan, if he's a really good D1 pitcher, he's probably not coming straight to the KBO. As the 0-1 right at the first baseman makes a diving stop, gets back up to his feet and steps on the bag, and 2 away. 163 off the bat, 23.8 to launch degree, 121 meters on a 137 slider. Yeah, Hunter, if you can't throw strikes, you can't come to the KBO. They have robot umpires, sir. Speed is fine, but if you can't throw strikes in the KBO, that's misses outside or 1-0. Patrick not gonna go 6 innings today, looks like. As that's Mrs. Swing, and it's 1-1. Samsung fans enjoying themselves. No, you could do his whole name, Kiwi. Hunter Bell. And that's his fouled away. He could just wear Chad Bell's old uniforms. Yeah, Kiwoom holding this lead would be difficult for Kiwoom as their bullpen is awful. Good thing that KT bunted in that second inning, ladies and gentlemen, is a strikeout looking. That'll end the 5th inning. We'll take a break. We'll be back in a few. All right. First pitch is in there for a strike. And so is the second to Hog Young Min. And the 0-2 is going to be a soft little bloop into right center field. And Hog Young Min is on base with a leadoff single. 안녕하세요. There we go. I was trying to eat my my energy bar. All right, here we go. Kim Min Hyuk, 1 for 2 on the day, doubled and scored a run in his first at bats, and looks at just strike one on the outside, and it's 0-1. 79 pitches now for Jung Hyun-woo. This is where they've got to get him, Harpo, or sorry, Michael. And the 0-1 is popped up. Should have bunted as the third baseman under it. And one away. Who? The Jung Hyun-woo averages 139 with his fastball. Not very good, but he's a lefty. All right, Kong Bae Ko steps in. The cheer song, as that's in there for a strike on the outside. I don't know. I didn't really know, but I do know. It's always they always recycle. As that one misses up high, 1-0. 항상 외국인 응원가 항상 똑같아요. 근데 플로리오 응원가 리베라도 응원가 똑같아요. As that misses up high, 2-1. But I don't really listen to the cheer songs. 응원가 안 달라요. 근데 나무 봐봤어? 시간이 없어요. Not fast, as the 2-1 is crushed. But it's right in front of the wall, makes the catch as they throw into second base, and that will just be an absolute long fly ball out. 좋아하는 팀 없어요. 근데 모든 팀 해요. 모든 팀. 왕영 4 hits. Yeah, just missed that one as the 1-0 misses outside at 2-0. Hello. No, he's still pitching. And the 2-0 pitch, a swing and a miss there on a beautiful looking curveball. 2-1. Just Max, if you look at your screen, just above my my camera, over to the side, For Kiwoom, you can see 87 as the 2-1 misses low. 3-1 now. Yeah. All right, here we go. 3-1 pitch, runner on the first. And that's in there for strike at the bottom of the zone, and another full count. Third full count of the day for KT. They've popped up to the third baseman in foul territory and walked. Another 3-2 into the dirts, and he walks him. Second walk of the day for Jung Hyun-woo. And now he is responsible for the runner on second and the runner on first. That brings up the number 6 hitter, Kim Sang-soo. Yeah, I did. I still play in Korea, or I should say I'm still on a team in Korea, but just local ball. Sung Ho out on the mound. I talked with his rookie pitcher. 5.2 innings, 90 pitches from him, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, 4 hits, 2 runs. So I assume this will be his last batter. Again, righties do not hit as well against lefties. Lefties hit coming into today's game 330 against them. Righties 259. Kim Sang-soo, not a power hitter. So I would not go with that YZXZ. Jung Soo-bin, Cheon Sung, ball 1 in the dirts. With runners on first and second on the season, Kim Sang-soo is hitting 303. Harpo, I don't think you understand what that means. And the 1-0 misses outside at 2-0. On deck is the ever dangerous model himself, Jang Jin-hyuk. As here comes the 2-0 pitch. Man, that just catches the top of the zone, a 2-1. And that is going to be a ground ball right to the third baseman, throws to second, and that will be the inning-ending putouts. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 3-2 KT or Kiwoom. Arpo, 그냥 한국어로 키위는 결혼하는데 아직 예쁜 여자 보면 좋아해요. And that makes sense. No, one of the Kiwoom players. Man. No, that should be it for Jung Hyun-woo. 94 pitches for him. He is in line for the win. Patrick will he come back out? He's sitting at 84 pitches. I always get confused with Kiwoom's outfielders. Pak Soo Jong, Pak Ju Hong, Lee Ju Hyung. I mean, I've been here since 2014, so I enjoy it. And first pitch is fouled away is Kim Tae Jin. 85 pitches for Patrick. He is trying to get himself a quality start here as the 0-1 in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. Yeah, up my YouTube channel, Instagram is up at the top of your screen. I don't really use Instagram very much though. All right, Kim Tae Jin walked in his last at bats. 0 for 1 on the day. The curveball doesn't break down, and it's 1-2. And the 1-2 up high, 2-2. Yes, Dread's Democratic People's Republic of Korea TV. I am the only North Korean streamer in the world, ladies and gentlemen. As the 2-2 is fouled away, stays 2-2. If I was in, no, I was actually ineligible for college sports. And a swing and a miss, and that's the 5th strikeout of the day for Patrick. And a big first out for him. Oh, I lost my amateur status in high school. As Vats is in there for a strike too, Lee Ju Hyung. Yeah. No. He'll be done. As that is fouled away, 0-2. He threw 94 pitches. He's done. They'll go to the bullpen now, just Max. Lee Ju Hyung 0 for 2 on the day, a 5-3 ground out and a 4-6 ground out. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. And now rolls over it. Second baseman grabs it quickly, underhand toss over to first, and that will be 2 away. You got the 2 center fielders have combined 6 groundouts, a 5-3 groundout, a 2-4-3 groundouts, a 4-6 groundout, and 2 groundouts to the first baseman. As that is in there for a strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Kim Gon-hee 0 for 1 on the day, walked in his last at bat, struck out in his first, hitting .236 on the season. And an ugly looking swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. See if they go right back to it. That was a nasty, nasty pitch into the dirt and the outside, breaking off the plates. They do not, as the curveball kind of hangs and it's going off the top of the wall. Jang Jin-hyuk makes a great play off the top of the wall, but he is going to be in the second with a 2-out double for the young catcher. He hung that curveball a little too much. Jang Jin-hyuk played it well. It hit off the top of the wall, bounced right into Jang Jin-hyuk's glove, throws to second, but Kim Gon-hee was hustling enough out of the box. with a belly flop slide into second. That brings up Jun Saw. Jun Saw does have a lot of speed. They could bunt. No, we're going to have a pinch hitter here. No, Jun Tae-hyun will pinch hits for Jun Saw. Interesting choice. Interesting choice. All right, here we go. The 0-1 pitch misses inside, 1-1. I don't know. I don't get this. Patrick pitches better against lefties than righties. I would think that if you're going to pinch hit, you'd hit a righty. But Jun Saw struck out looking in his last at bats. He's a better defender. I don't know what KT's or Kiwoom's manager is doing. Again, no, definitely not, Hunter. Definitely not. I am way too old for that. As here comes the 1-2 pitch. Misses outside at 2-2. And that one is lifted, but it's into the netting in foul territory. 101 pitches now for Patrick. Yeah. Actually, what happened is they brought me here to play, but then they tried to tell me to bunt, and I told them to F off. And then they cut me in spring. Yeah, another 2-2 slapped foul. 102 pitches now for Patrick as he is battling against Jun Tae-hyun here. All of them, Hunter? Yeah, as the 2-2 pitch fouled away. He throws 100 miles an hour outside of the strike zone. Yeah, as here comes the 2-2 pitch once again. Misses inside, runs the count full, 3-2. Yeah, no, we've got ourselves a full count. Pitch number 105 for Patrick. They'll be off on the pitch is Kim Gun-hee. But we're going to have time called. Yeah, I'm just super happy that KT bunted. As that one is a fouled away again. Trying to think the worst closer in the KBO. Kiwoom's closer is obviously having some Tommy John surgery because his manager threw him 3 days in a row. Yeah, Samsung's closer, I would have to say, is the worst closer. That's another foul ball. Trying to think. LG's closer has struggled all year. lately. Kia's closer has struggled all year. iPhone. Yeah, but what's his secondary pitch? Is he only living off that 97? Does it move? There's another foul here. 151 is fouled away. 107 pitches now for Patrick. 12th pitch of this at bat, ladies and gentlemen. 12th pitch of this at bats. Just misses inside, and he walks him. That was an at bat, ladies and gentlemen. That was an at bat. 12 pitch walk. Yeah, but Ryan the Lion is a Nepo baby. As that will be our first official pitching change, as Patrick will head on out. We'll get our new pitcher coming in. He is still responsible for the 2 runners on base. We'll see who comes in to face Pak Ju Hong. See, Yi Sang Dong will come in. Good evening, Sleepless. Yi Sang Dong coming in to pitch. Yi Sang Dong. We will face the number 9 hitter. Again, 2 quick outs, strikeout to Kim Tae-jin and a 4-3 ground out to Lee Ju-hyung, but a double by Kim Gun-hee and a walk. Well, thank you, thank you. I grew them myself. Oh, old Guan Young. Every time I see that name. 3 a.m.? Day is just getting started. 3 a.m. Sunday morning for you guys? This game has become a snail's pace now as Yi Sang Dong takes over. Swing and a miss there by Pak Ju Hong. 253 or 252 ERA, 23 games, 2 wins, 1 hold, 25 innings, 19 strikeouts, 5 walks, and a .96 whippy. And the 0-1 in the dirts, 1-1. New York City. Pak Ju Hong 1 for 2 on the day. He struck out in his first at bat, a single, and then a stolen base and a run scored on the 2-run shot by Im Ji Yeol. And here comes the 1-1 pitch, right there in the bottom of the zone for a strike, and it's 1-2. Wisco, New York. Nope, bottom of the 6th. And another 1-2 pitch in the dirts, 2-2. I drove through New York once. as that is a rolled over, and there, now nobody can see it. Are you asking Arpo, I assume? All right, the 2-2 pitch. And did he go around? He did not. 3-2. No, yeah. All right, another 3-2 count. Second full count for Kiwoom in this inning, sixth of the day. And that is going to be a walk. He loads the bases. That brings up a Sung Moon. Sung Moon working on his MLB resume right here, ladies and gentlemen. KBO pitchers rely too much on getting the batters to chase instead of throwing the ball correctly. That's a strike on the outside corner. Yes, squeeze with your catcher on third when you're winning. As here comes the 0-1 pitch. And that is crushed. But caught. That leaves the bases loaded. And we will go to the seventh inning. Leaving the bases loaded. I thought he got enough of it, but it just wasn't quite enough. Yeah, if he hit a grand slam, he could have just could have easily just touched home, went into the dugout, took off his uniform, packed his bag, and got on the plane to the U.S. But unfortunately for him, he did not. That is going to bring up the 7, 8, 9 hitters. Is that we are now going to get into a bullpen game as both pitchers are now into, or both teams are now into the bullpen. We'll see who comes out to pitch for Kiwoom. 14 wins in a row. Are they ever going to lose again? All right, Kim Yoon Ha. Ooh, Kim Yoon Ha coming in to pitch. Finally taking him out of the rotation. Kim Yoon Ha is the nephew of a former Dodgers legend. Pak Chan Ho. Kim Yoon Ha, 6.08 ERA, 0-12. Has been in the rotation, hasn't won a game in over a year. And that one is way up high and ball one. Jang Jin Hyuk, 0 for 1 on the day. And that's in there for a strike. 1-1. Yeah. Didn't St. Louis release him like a week ago or two? Yeah, and the 1-1 misses up high, 2-1. Oh-Sun Jin takes over at shortstop, exactly where he should be. Legend himself. Yeah, now that misses up high. 3-1. Absolute legend. And here comes the 3-1 pitch. That's up right down the middle. And it's up high, ball 4. That's exactly how you want to start your relief appearance, ladies and gentlemen, by walking the number 7 hitter. Oh, he's with Atlanta now? They picked him up off of waivers. All right, Joe Hyun steps in. He's 0 for 1 on the day, reached on an error on the shortstop in his first at bats, a walk in his second. Who does Samsung play next week? NC and Kiwoom. Samsung's got a chance. They're playing the bottom of the standings. Wow! Congratulations! Yay! We're gonna bunt. We're gonna bunt with a runner on first, ladies and gentlemen. We are gonna bunt with a runner on first and nobody outs. Down by 1. Excellent decision by the third worst manager in the league. Excellent decision by the third worst manager in the league. And he drops down the bunt. First baseman picks it up, throws. Honestly, they should be as awful and pathetic and absolutely embarrassing as KBO managers are. They should be investigated for match fixing because that's the only reason that it could possibly happen is that they have the under in games. It's the only possible explanation that it could have is that they just they have the under and they don't want anybody to score. Oh, Lee Jung-hoon pinch hit here for Guangdong Jin, 271 on the season. Yeah, and first pitch is outside, ball 1, 1-0. Nobody has to bunt. You're down by 1. And that misses inside at 2-0. Yeah, he's advancing the runner, which is stupid because you're lowering your chance of scoring a run by giving away an ounce. And the 2-0 in there for a strike at 2-1. Guangdong Jin isn't up. Guangdong Jin got pinch hit for by Lee Jung-hoon. Small ball isn't overrated. Small ball is dead. Yes, the 2-1 pitch sets up right down the middle. And it's a strike on the inside corner, and now it's 2-2. Now you got a pinch hitter who's not swinging the bats after you bunt and give up an out. What are you looking at? It wasn't even a borderline pitch, dude. All right, now we go. A 2-2 pitch sets up at the waist, and he fouls that away as it's way up over at his shoulders, and it stays at 2-2. Stevenson on deck in a ground out, usually. And here comes the 2-2 pitch, and it's fouled away, stays 2-2. He's going to get himself some more spray pine tar. Yeah, that's why he always has to DH. But now that Kong Baek Ho is back, he doesn't have any place to hit. As that is popped up, will it get out of play? It is third baseman giving chase and makes the basket catch in foul territory. And just like that, the KT manager looks like a brain dead moron because there's now 2 outs and a runner on seconds. Once again, bunting is stupid. KBO managers are stupid. All right, Stevenson steps in. First pitch is a foul away, and it's 0-1. Stevenson 0 for 3 on the day, a 4-3 ground out, a ground out to the first baseman, and another ground out to the first baseman. Maybe that's it, Mary Kate. That would go with my prediction of the fact that they're for gambling. That's going to be a liner over the second base or shortstop's head. That will be an RBI double, and they now have tied the game, ladies and gentlemen. Tied the game as Stevenson comes up big with his first hit of the day. Yes, bunts are the greatest thing to happen to baseball since cheerleaders. That brings up a Hog Young Mean. Michael needs runs, ladies and gentlemen. Michael needs runs. Kim Yuna will be done for the day. He's trying to get his 13th loss on the season, as we will have ourselves another pitching change. No, Jun Jun Pyo will come in to take over on the mound and try to keep Kiwoom in a tie game. Yeah, more bunts. It worked that one time. It worked that one time. Not to say that they couldn't have gotten a hit or a double or a home run or anything else. I have no idea who these people are. that you guys keep talking about. Oh my lord. All right. Coming up is gonna be Hog Young Mean. Hog Young Mean already on base once today. A 1 for 3 on the day. Jun Jun Pyo. They pitched him outside again. He's a guy that rolls over a lot of pitches. Patrick excited. Patrick not in line for the loss at this point. Kim Yuna again just struggling. Jun Jun Pyo, first pitch to Hog Young Min is off the handle into right field. And that's will be 3 away. We'll go to the bottom of the seventh. It's tied up at 3. Yeah, you have to go with KT to win this. Kiwoom's bullpen is just so bad. KT has 3 hits, ladies and gentlemen. 3 hits with runners on base, 3 hits with runners in scoring position. They have 3 runs. Jun Jun or Jung Hyun-woo will not get the win today. And they'll have the 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up for Kiwoom here in the bottom of thy 7th. Who will be out on the mound is thy question. Lee Jung Hoon will be done. Jang Jun Wan will take over at shorts. Jang Jun Wan. Yeah. Unless LA, unless they hit a solo home run or a home run with a runner on first. All right, Im Ji-yeol steps in. Yi Sang-dong is still out there. 9 pitches, not 10. Im Ji-yeol 1 for 3 on the day. First pitch pops that one up. A shortstop out into the grass, and 1 away. Che Juan steps in now, singled in his first at bats, 1 for 3 on the day. And the first pitch is low, ball 1, 1-0. Singled in his first at bat, a 4-3 ground out in his second, and then a ground out to the first baseman in his third at bat. And now the 1-0 pitch is popped up, got under it too much. First baseman in foul territory, but it gets out of play, and it's 1-1. Oh, yeah. He threw 1 pitch. Yeah, another 1-1 pitch. Just misses outside. 2-1. I think I put it on Isang Dong's. That's why Isang Dong had an extra pitch there. Cheju Wan. Yeah, now that's going to be a ground ball. Second or shortstop grabs it off of his heels. The throw in time. And 2 away. And and LA, they had both of their foreigners pitching. Cardenas steps in. He doubled and scored a run in his second at bat, a 4-3 ground out and a strikeout looking. Man, a swing and a miss. That's the more random logic. Are you talking about the logo on which screen though? The cap insignia, the logo that they have on the SBS broadcast is swing and a miss there. 0-2. Or the little insignia that I have on my little scoreboards. KT on the road is 26-28-3. So 2 games below 500 on the road. As the 0-2 misses outside, 1-2. Yeah, which one? I don't. Are you watching on Soup also? Are you watching the game on Soup and listening to my stream, or just watching my stream? The logo that's on the scorecard and behind the lineup, as that is going to be lifted into left field, makes the catch on the run, and that will be 3 away. A running catch as Kim Min Hyuk sticks the glove out and makes it. That's 1-2-3. We'll go to the 8th inning. 3-3. Yeah, LA, I never, because a lot of people watch the game on Soup and then listen to my stream. So I never really know. SOOPLIVE is the international broadcast company for the KBO. So you can actually watch the games on KBO on Soup and then listen to my stream. They also have an app. It's because I live in Korea. I'm actually watching on regular TV where Soup would be a kind of a delayed broadcast. So my stream and the Soup stream is almost perfectly matched. Oh, I wouldn't say professional by any means, but no, I can't. So like, yeah, I can't watch the stream since I live in Korea. I can't stream on Soup. All right, it's the top of the 8th inning. Yeah. No, Kim Min Hyuk made the great play, and now he gets to lead off the inning. Yeah. So I mean, it's behind, but it's sometimes it'll be ahead. I mean, it's fun. You have to realize that Korea is super small, as the 1-0 is fouled away, 1-1. 8.5. It should, Jason. It should. I could see two more runs getting scored. And that is oh, I would not call it clean, LA. I will tell you that. I would not call it clean. Trash left on the side of the road all the time. Can't find trash cans. I definitely would not call Korea clean, as the 2-1 misses outside, a 3-1. Whoops, wrong side. Just trying to do what ESPN couldn't do. Yeah, Korea's water. As that misses outside and he walks him. Lead off walk. Whoops, wrong one. Puts the number 3 hitter on base for Kongbae Ko. I'm comparing it to Korea to the U.S. I would say, but yeah, I mean, yeah, everywhere is disgustingly dirty. I mean, Stefan, walk around Daejeon Station. Walk around Daejeon Station. It's disgusting. Yeah, now that's low. Ball one, 1-0. I mean, it's not like, I wouldn't say it's like gross, disgusting, but it's not. Yeah, every country has its dirty areas, and the thing with Korea, the 1-0 is goes down to his knees to pop that one up. Cheju Won in foul territory, second baseman makes the catch, and that's one away. Yeah, Dongdaegu. Yeah, yeah. I mean, like I wouldn't say it's dirty, like, but like to me, it's like a lot of people confuse Korea and Japan. I would say Japan is like super clean, as that is misses outside 1-0. Like, I mean, it's a city. That's the thing. I mean, any city is gonna have some dirty spots, but yeah, I mean, I wouldn't call it clean. I would just say it's a normal. It's just a normal cities, as that misses low, 2-0. I've only I've only been to the airports in LA. That's the only place I've ever been in LA. As here comes the 2-0, and it checks over on the runner over at first. Kim Min Hyuk does have some speed. And the 2-0 misses low, 3-0. No, Jason is actually, there used to be a place here in where I live that had a Western style barbecue. I don't know. I went once. It was pretty expensive. It was really good, but it just as that is a strike right down the middle. Yeah, I definitely not popular in Korea. It's just American barbecue is super saucy usually, unless you get like a dry rub or something like that. But yeah, the Korean barbecue is just so cheap. As that's check over on the runner. I mean, it all depends. Is that is in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone, and now it's a run to count full, 3-2. Wong Jae-gyun had a full count in his last at bats. He walked. Yeah, that's literally all anybody ever says about Dejan. Yeah, Keist and bread, and the 3-2, bad pitch, and he walks him. Runners now on first and seconds with just one out. Brings up the number 6 hitter, Kim Song-soo. Yeah, Kai Sumshindong, Hanwha. And maybe Gay Jokes-on or something like that. And then misses low, ball 1. Daejeon, the Tram City. That's all they'll talk about in a couple years, Stefan. Oh, Daejeon, yeah. Have you ever rode the tram? And here comes the 1-0 pitch. That's in there for a strike. Bottom of the zone, 1-1. 150 on the gun from Jun Jun Pyo. I didn't really choose Daejeon. When I applied to come to Korea, like I applied, I went to bed, I woke up, and the first offer I had was from a school in Daejeon. So I chose Daejeon. That's why I'm in Daejeon, and I just never left because I don't like. I hate Seoul. As the 1-2 pitch swing and a miss, and that's a 2 away. Yeah, it's the great thing about Daejeon that nobody cares about and nobody talks about is it's a big city. It's 1.5 million people. It's right in the middle of the country, so it's easy. If I want to go to Seoul, I can easily go to Seoul. If I want to go to Busan, I can go to Busan. If I need to take a flight, I can go to Cheongju, or I can go to Gimpo, or I can go to Incheon. I can easily get to a place uh, wherever I need to go. It's way, way cheaper. Yeah, and like my friends that live in Seoul, it takes them as long to get to places as it does for me to get to the places. John Jin Hyuk fouls that one off. Just because they can't afford to live where everything is because it's just so expensive. And here comes the 0-1 pitch, sets up on the outside, and fouled away again. 0-2. Yeah, the price to live in Seoul. No, Seoul is where the fake bougie people live. They're the ones that can't afford what they have, but they want to look like they have it. Swing and a miss there, and that is going to end KT's chances. They leave another 2 runners on. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. 안녕하세요. 로테이션. Now left to 7 on base. Stefan, are you gonna throw your sub? You're gonna throw your subway at a police officer? Oh, they've left plenty of men on base. They've left 7 on base now. They're 3 for 15 with runners on base, 3 for 9 with runners in scoring position. They're doing better than Kiwoom. Kiwoom is 1 for 7 with runners on base and 1 for 4 with runners in scoring position. That was courtesy of the 2-run shot. That's the only hit they have with runners on base. So Jason, if you look on my actual page, there's a poll I put up each week, and the poll is which one? Oh yeah, Ideho. Now he plays YouTube baseball. All right, so we got a new pitcher out on the mound. We do. Son Dong-hyun, a 183 ERA, 42 games, 3 wins, 1 save, and 11 holds. And that's first pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. Dong-hyun. And that catches the bottom of the zone. No problem. Today I have on a Kiwoom uniform. I always wear the whoever's home team, as that is a popped up. The shortstop out into the grass, left fielder coming on. Shortstop makes the catch. And 1 away. Yeah. Oops, this side. It's like a fashion uniform, I guess. So, Heroes baseball. I mean, the biggest they have is 120. As that is popped up and gets out of play. And it's 0-1. Yeah, that's always ARPO. That's always the 2 o'clock games are always much more watched. Yeah, one. Yeah, so LA, there's uniforms for every team. I have at least 2 uniforms for each team. Some teams I have 3, and then Hanwha I have, I don't know, 12, 15 uniforms. As the 0-1 is grounded to the second baseman, over to his right, picks it up, throws, and that's 2 away. I'm trying to get the Kiwoom, the green uniform, but I don't want to buy the more expensive ones for Kiwoom, because Kiwoom has Nike uniforms. As Kim Gun-hee, first pitch, ground ball to the shortstop, throws across the diamond, and that's 1, 2, 3 goes Kiwoom. We'll go to the 9th inning. It's tied up at 3. Yeah, mine. Yeah, yeah. There's so many good uniforms. Again, my favorite obviously is the KT Wiz game, the KT Wiz uniform. Uh, the pixelated uniform. That is definitely my favorites. The Hanwha, the yeah. I mean, actually, uh, LA. If you go to the description of this video, there's a documentary that one of the national TV channels did on me earlier this year. It's just a highlight video, but I think that video has a bunch of my uniforms and jerseys, and it shows some of them also. But yeah, there's a lot of videos and shorts and all of that stuff that I need to do. But I'm lazy. That's all there is to it. I'd love to do a ranking a tier system for each team's uniforms. Nope, below that's yep, I have that one. Kiwi got me that one. All right, Yoon Suk Won out on the mound now for Kiwoom though. Yeah, that's it right there. Yoon Suk Won, a 7.04 ERA on the year. And the first pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Jo Dae-hyun leads things off. He had a lovely bunt his last time up. Yeah, now that's in there for a strike. 0-2. Which Iwan Suk? Kiyomi Iwan Suk? No idea. And here comes the 0-2 pitch in the dirt. He went around though. And that's one away. Good call by the home plate umpire there. That's going to bring up a Jang Jun Wan. EGO with another walk-off like last weekend. And Yoon Suk Won with a strike in there. 4 pitches, 4 strikes. Jang Jun Wan, 195 on the season, getting his first at-bat of the day. Yeah. And that's in there for a strike. 5 pitches, 5 strikes. Attempting the immaculate inning here in the top of the 9th for Kiwoom. I don't think I've ever broadcasted a immaculate inning, honestly. He probably will after this season, as the 0-2 pitch popped up into center field. The center fielder takes a couple steps back, makes the catch, and that's 2 away. Flips the lineup back over. Stevenson and now getting a chance to do some damage. Where's Mary Kate? Yeah, that guy. Yeah, he's always just number 16. No, LA. As Stevenson first pitch fouls that one out of play. But I had Hanwha season tickets up until this year. So I used to go to about 80, 90 games a season. Changed name, number, country. As here comes the 0-1 pitch to Stevenson. Another foul pitch out of play, 0-2. Stevenson 1 for 4, 3 ground outs, a 4-3, ground out to the first baseman, a ground out to the first baseman. But the big hits, the RBI double just in the 7th inning. It tied the game at 3-3. As they set up way, way off the plates, and the 0-2 pitch, he goes around. And that's 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 9th. It's 3-3. Just because of the brown or the orange. But what you should think of is actually the Lotte Giants, because the Lotte Giants actually used to be orange. So they were red and navy, and then they changed to orange, and now they're once again, red and orange or red and navy. Yeah, the Giants used to be the Lotte Giants used to be the same colors. So Juntae Hyo will lead things off. They'll have the 8-9-1 hitters coming up. Actually, Juntae Yun No Osun Jin. Osun Jin walk-off homer right here, ladies and gentlemen. Hanwha Eagles legend himself, Osun Jin. Out on the mound. Nonsense. Osun Jin is a guy that just loves the pressure. So Park Young Hyun will come in. Oh, KT going with their closer in a tie game, and true. I am a dumb manager. Regards. Going with your closer into the 9th inning in a tie game when you're facing the 8-9-1 hitters, ladies and gentlemen. This is more reasons why KBO managers are absolutely pathetic. 3.21 ERA on the season, 52 games for the KT closer, having a very bad year. Bringing in your closer in a tie game in the 9th inning when you are the away team to face the 8-9-1 hitters. Everybody look at the KT manager on your screen. He gets the award for dumbest manager of the day. As Ju Sung Wan pinch hits for Osun Jin. And it's 0-1. Not letting Osun Jin do what Osun Jin does. And that runs way in 0-1 or 1-1. It is awful. All right, the 1-1 in there for a strike, and it's 1-2. Yeah, another 1-2 pitch, a swing and a miss in the dirt, and that'll throw down to first base and 1 away. Congratulations, you struck out the number 8's pinch hitter. And that brings up a Pak Ju Hong. Pak Ju Hong 1 for 2 on the day. Yeah, Osun Jin probably would have walked it off. Oh, and this is the situation that KBO runs into. They're like, okay, well, it's the ninth inning. My name's manager, and it's the ninth inning, so my closer has to go out. It's the rules. But what they don't understand is this is not a situation for a closer. It's a tie game. If you take the lead in the top of the 10th, what are you going to do? I don't. He does. KTO managers don't deserve me calling their name. They don't deserve names. Yes, a walk off in the top of the 10th. I love it. As here comes the 1-1 pitch to Pak Ju Hong, and that's up high, 2-1. Yeah, so that's the thing is okay. You take the lead with the top in the top of the 10th inning. Okay, now who's gonna end the game? You don't trust the guy to in a tie game against the 9, 8, 9 hitters, but you're gonna trust somebody against the 3, 4, 5 hitters. That is low, and now it's 3-1. LG's manager is the worst in the league, no question. KT's manager and Hanwha's manager, they would both have a fist fight for the second worst manager, but they'd both break their hips, as that's right in there for a strike and runs the count full, 3-2. Yeah, and fouls that off, and it stays a 3-2. 10 pitches now for Pak Young Hwan. No, it has nothing to do with not giving an F. It is all about they're old and they want to continue managing like when they played in the 70s. A swing and a miss, and that's strikeouts number two, out number two, as the closer gets the first 2 outs from the 8 and 9 hitters. Flips the lineup back over to Sung Sung Moon. And that is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. 147 on the gun. Sung Moon 0 for 3 on the day. Struck out looking in his first at bat. A walk in his seconds. A line out to left and a fly out to center field with the bases loaded in the sixth. That is way, way up high, 1-1. Yeah, this is where he proves it. If he can get on base against a guy throwing nearly 150. As here comes the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss as he was way, way out in front of that changeup. 130 on it. In his career, Son Sung Moon is hitting over 400 against this pitcher. The old circle change. And the 1-2 misses low. And 2-2. As the catcher tried to frame it. I love it. KBO catchers trying to frame it when it's a robot ABS system. And here comes the 2-2 in the dirts, 3-2. Another full count. Second straight full count for Pak Young Hyun. Second straight full count for Kiwoom. This is their 8th full count of the day. A strikeout, a double, 2 strikeouts, a double, and 4 walks. And the 3-2 pitch is going to be a single into left field. And he says, "Hey, AMLB, I am still here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm doing what I do." As Cardenas, no. Stevenson, it's tough. Stevenson is tough because I've only seen him once. This is the only game I've ever seen him. But runner on first now for KBO. KBO had a walk-off in last Sunday's game to walk Doosan off. As throws over, checks on Song Sung Moon. Again, Song Sung Moon, 2020 on the season, 20 home runs, 20 stolen bases. KBO already has a 2-run shot today. 1 2-run shots. Can he match Noshiwan from yesterday with another one as he fouls that pitch off, and it's 0-1. 끝내주는 남자, Mr. Clutch, KBO. No, KBO does not need the ghost runner rule. Nobody ever in the world of baseball needs the ghost runner rule, as that is up high, 1-1. Two-run shot off of Patrick back in. What do we got? Back in the 5th inning. And here comes the pitch outside at 2-1. 20 pitches now from your closer. Now, again, just like I said, even if you get to the next inning, what do you do? Okay, here we go. Nope, checks over. Yeah, KBO only has 11 innings, so there's no reason for a ghost runner. If you were going to bring the ghost runner, which again is the dumbest rule in the world, you'd have to get rid of the extra inning as swing and a miss on ball 3, and it's 2-2. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. Fouled away as Song Sung Moon was on the run. KT has the worst defensive catchers in the league, and it's not close. Yeah, last year it was 12. This year it's 11 because they said with the pitch clock. But the 2-2 pitch is rolled over. First baseman will grab it and then tag KBO, and that's will end the 9th. We'll go to some extra innings, ladies and gentlemen. I will be right back. All right, so Wiz be back, ladies and gentlemen. Now, extra innings, some free baseball. Leading things off is Hog Young Min for KT, as Yoon Suk Won is still out there. Song Ji Hoo takes over at shorts. I have no idea. No idea, honestly. Uh-oh. Yeah, now that is a rip. That's going to be a single, a leadoff single from Hog Young Min. He is on base for the second time today. That brings up a Kim Min Hyuk. Try to get all my stuff fixed. There we go. Davy Victor Cardenas, Bella conmigo. Well, Kiwoom doesn't have a closer either, is the issue. All right, can we get a bunt, ladies and gentlemen? Can we get a bunt? Can we please get a bunt? We've got a runner on first with nobody out, which means that if you bunt, you lower your chance of scoring any runs. And he checks over on the runner. All right, here we go. 1 for 3 on the day is Kim Min Hyuk. And he fakes the bunts, pulls it back, and it's now 1-0. Here we go. The 1-0 pitch. Song Sung Moon in on the grass as Kim Min Hyuk does not bunt this time, and it's up high 2-0. Hog Young Min on first base, not particularly fast. He's about 35 years old, but has enough speed probably to score on an easy double. All right, here comes the 2-0 pitch. Sets up on the outside. Comes around with a bunt and bunts it into the netting back behind home plates. Again, they can't even bunt. This is the another issue. You're like, oh well, we're gonna bunt. Yeah, but they can't bunt either. They suck at bunting. Like just watching them hold the bat makes me crate as that was bunted into the netting again. Congratulations, you are the laughing stock of the dugout, sir. Latvia. We've got a 2-2 count now. He's not going to bunt now. And that is gonna be trouble as that is into the gap. That is one hop into the wall. Easily gonna be on second. Hog Young Min is gonna come around to score. And Kim Min Hyuk with the RBI double in the 10th inning to put KT up 4-3. Again, quit freaking bunting. He's your freaking number 3 hitter. Let him swing the bat, you bunch of morons. Michael needs another one. Michael's like, come on, I need another one. Of course, Steve. How's Latvia, Steve? As a ground ball through the right side and another hit. So 3 straight hits. Kim Min-hyuk is going to come around and score. And now it's 5-3. There you go, Michael. That brings up the number 5 hitter, Wang Jae-gyun. Yeah, good idea, Abdi. 이대로면 삼성은 가을 야구를 못 가. Oh man, that sounds amazing. As Kong Bae-ko will have a pinch runner. But I just want you guys to remember KT's closer just threw 22 pitches or 23 pitches. So we'll have a pitching change here, though, as Yoon Jun Hyuk will take over on the base pass. And we'll have a new batter. Again, I do not, my innings that you guys are looking at, I don't have... I don't have more than 9 innings, so I have to put all the extra inning stuff into Minnesota. Welcome in, Abdi. Arpo, he's just joking. Or Abdi, he's just joking. Arpo is Korean. Who's this? Oh, that's you. Adi? Oh, Abdi. There. Study, practice Korean. Koreans can study, practice English. Works out fairly well. All right, who's coming in? Park Yoon Sung will come in to pitch. Park Yoon Sung out on the mound, 4.46 ERA for the right-hander in 43 games. 5 losses, 1 save, and 5 holds. Yoon Jun Hyuk out on first base now. And first pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Oh. No, I don't. 네, 역정했어요. 근데 아직 마무리 투수 사용했어요. 그래서 KT 구원 투수 아직 마무리해야 해요. Yeah, the time difference is really difficult, so I don't do MLB, but I will be doing the WBC. Is the 1-1. And waits on that as he was off on the run, and it fouls it away, and it's 1-2. Yeah, I live in Korea. Yeah, I live that's why I have all this KBO uniforms, merchandise, as that is fouled away. Stays 1-2. Yeah, I was a season ticket holder up until this past year. So I have been to hundreds and hundreds of KBO games. That's rolled over. Shortstop grabs it, throws it to second. He bobbled the throw, though, which means he's not going to be able to get it out. And that will just be a 6-4 putouts, leaving still only one out and a runner now on first. No, Arpo, we're not having Korean lessons in the chat. I did see something. I saw something about it, but I didn't. I haven't seen it anywhere. Well, one, because I never go anywhere. I never leave my house except to go to work. Yeah, I actually have. If you look right there, that is a replica foam sword from their championship. As that is up high, 1-0. Yeah, Abdi, if you look on my channel, there's actually a video of me visiting Changwon Insi Park. Yes, the lineage sword. As the 1-0 drops down the bunt, it's a beauty. And he is out. It was a beautiful bunt, but the throw was able to get him over at first base as he threw it into the ground, but he is able to get it as he had to dodge the ball on the way down to first. All right, that brings up a John Jin Hyuk, a 2 away now. Like, oh, we didn't bunt this inning. We've got to make sure we bunt, so go ahead and try. But John Jin Hyuk now looks at the ball, one up high, 1-0. 아니요. 스티븐슨 안타 이루타 근데 득점 타점도 있었어요. 네. As that is lifted up into the air. Foul territory, but and out of play, 1-1. I always think Sangsu is in like water. Top of the 10th, the 2 runs already for KT. Michael trying and holding on. Sangsu. Yeah, another 1-1 off of his handle and fouled out of play. 1-1, 1-2. Park Yoon Sung. Daegu. 대구. 대구라고 말했어요. And another 1-2 is rolled over, but foul again. Dun, dun, dun. Susangu, Sangsugu. 박성재 샘성 팬이에요? 네. And that is a fly ball left fielder under it, and that's 2 away. But they get 2 2 runs in the top of the 10th. We'll go to the bottom of the 10th. It's 5-3 KT. LA. I wouldn't. I was saying I wouldn't talk you off on the ledge. No, LA. Once again, they get 2 hits with runners on base, and they get 2 hits with runners in scoring position, and they score 2 more runs. All right, we've got the bottom of the 10th here. Akashi, welcome. Yeah, especially with that Kia bullpen, they've given up 2 straight walk-off games. But Kia has a nail on the mound. All right, so Hyung Jun out on the mound. The starter will come in to try to close this. A 3.39 ERA, 21 games, 7-6 on the season. As first pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. And that one is foul. Just gets out of play as it slides up against the netting, and it's 1-2. So the closer is in line for the win, and the normal starter is in line for the save if he can hold this off. Cheju Wan on the day, 1 for 4, a single in his first at bat, a 4-3 ground out, a ground out to the first baseman, and a 6-3 ground out. And here comes the 1-2 pitch. Off of his hands, almost hits him, but he fouls it off, and it stays 1-2. 네, 근데 소현준 보통 선발 투수인데 요즘 구원 투수 됐어요. 아니요, 올해 소현준 선발 투수 많이 됐어요. 경기 오늘 포함? 네, 오늘 포함 경기는 22개, 22개, 근데 선발 경기 20개. And the time is gone. I think it's gonna be too small for you to see it. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna be able to see it. Yeah, now that's gonna be a ground ball. Second baseman on the grass picks it up, throws over, and that's 1 away. Park Sung-gyu, DH. Kim Sung-yoon, Gu Jauk, Diaz, Kim Young-un, Kang Min-ho, Ryu Ji-hyuk, Kim Han-gon, EJ Hyun and Sunba Isung Hyun. 네, Sung Hyun. All right, so one down. Cardenas steps in. Looks at strike one down the middle, and it's 0-1. And the 0-1 misses low, 1-1. So Hyung Jun trying to get his first save, his first career save. They're trying to limit So Hyung Jun's innings since he was coming off of injury. That is going to be lifted to right field. Right fielder under it, though, and that's 2 away. That's leaving all hope up to Kim Tae-jin, ladies and gentlemen. As the Kiwoom fans look on in anger and disappointment at their choice of being a Kiwoom fan. Not much to look forward to for that team. And that's going to be a ground ball. Second baseman to his left grabs it, throws over, and that will not be on base with a DG Hyung tie home run, as that will end the game, ladies and gentlemen. KT up early, gives up the lead, ties it, and then wins it in 10 innings. But Kim Yoon-ah didn't get the loss. Oh, KT fights back, avoids the sweep, despite the fact that their manager is an idiot. The manager is an absolute idiot. But early, they get a double from Kim Min-hyuk, a double from Kang Bae-ko. Allows them to get 1 run, and then in the second, a double, and then the first bunt of many. And then an E6. All of that allowed them to score another run to go up 2-0. But they ended up Kiwoom fought back. They got a single, or they got a double, and then a walk, and then came around on a wild pitch to end up getting the first run. Then the second run and the third run come from the 2-run homer by EGO. Again, Kiwoom had base runners. They had base runners. But they couldn't hit once they had base runners. They had 1 hit on the day for what I say, Jason. I said 2 more runs. I said 2. There you go, Jason. Michael and Jason cashing checks. You're welcome, gentlemen. But Kiwoom, they had base runners. They had opportunities. They left 8 guys on base, 1 for 8 on the day with runners in scoring, or runners on base for Kiwoom, 1 for 4 on the day with runners in scoring position for Kiwoom. The only hit that they had with runners on base was the 2-run shot by Im Ji-yeol. Then for KT, they had 5 runs. Why did they have 5 runs? Because they had 5 hits with runners on base. 5 for 20 with runners on base, 5 for 12 with runners in scoring position. The hits that they had with runners on base was a Kang Bae-ko double that scored a run. They had looks like the E6. I originally scored at a hit because I didn't think the guy touched his glove, but that scored a run. Then later on, you had the Stevenson double that ended up scoring a run. Then you had the double by Kim Min-hyuk scored a run in the top of the 10th, and then a single by Kang Bae-ko scored the 5th run to put them up 5-3. So yeah, I mean the difference was whether or not people got hits with runners on base. That is 100% all it was. Kiwoom didn't. KT did just enough. So, nah. But KT gets the win. They avoid the sweep, a big win for them because between third place and eighth place is only or third place and ninth place, third place and eighth place, just 5 games separating them. No double headers. Not enough time. Takes me an hour to prep for a game. But elsewhere around the league, no games have started yet. Hanwha versus NC. I think this is going to be a very, very high scoring game. Hanwha's bullpen is not in good situation right now. NC's bullpen did pitch a lot yesterday also. So that is a very, very tough decision. I wouldn't touch that with your money. Kia versus Doosan. Kia starting Nail, obviously a good choice for Nail. He's going to be facing Jaewon Yu, who is making his first start of the season in the first league. He did start 10 games in the second league with a ERA just under 3, but again, that's the second league. So I wouldn't say too much about him. I think Kia should easily be able to win that. LG versus SSG is going to be one of the best games of the day. They're 2 games that I would watch if I was watching some more baseball. LG versus SSG. Again, you have the number 1 versus the number 4 team in the league. Im Chong-gyu on the mound for LG, and then SSG has Chae Min-jun on the mound. He is 2-0 on the season, but only has 3 starts. He's not going to be able to go deep. I have to think that LG should be able to win that game easily also. The game that I think is going to be the closest game is the Samsung Lotte game. Samsung starting Lee Seung-hyun, who has pitched well lately, versus Gamboa for Lotte. So Lotte is going to have, obviously, Gamboa is going to get some strikeouts. Samsung is a huge strikeout team. So I think that game is going to be actually a pretty good one. So Kia and LG both should be able to win their games pretty easily in my book. But that is, Arpo will disagree with anything I say about the Samsung Lotte game. So that should be it for me, guys. Enjoy. If you want to see specific games, make sure that you vote in the poll on my YouTube channel. So thank you guys for tuning in. I will be back next week on Saturday for the 6 o'clock game. So as always, thank you, and until next time.